Thanks for tuning into the channel. Today I'm going to be installing a new radio and some speakers in my first gen Dodge Cummins. We'll take a look at it in here. I just have the old head unit there and it doesn't even work. And then I already took a door panel off, but I had these old speakers in there and they're just not in very good shape at all. And I think it's 6x9 is the dimensions of this, so I went ahead and got two 6x9 speakers there and then a head unit, and I should be able to replace that one in the one on this side and then put that head unit in, and hopefully everything wires in pretty good and I get some sound coming out of it. So I'm probably going to go ahead and start pulling this dash apart, and I'll let you guys know what I run into once I get the old head unit out. Alright, for those of you who are trying to do this, there were just 5 bolts, little screws that were up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this should just pop right on out of there. So, alright guys, so I got an adapter thing for the head unit, and I had to cut off a couple of the little plastic pieces, but it fits right in there, and then the head unit just slides right in there. So I'm going to go ahead and screw 2 screws there and then 1 screw there so it's held on there secure. Alright guys, here's an update. I got that piece in there, and then this head unit just slides right into there. Looks really good. And then here's a look at the old door speaker. That thing is nasty. And then I'm replacing it with these right here. It's gonna look amazing and hopefully sound really good as well. But these will just go right in to the door right there. And I'll bolt them on in. And yeah, hopefully I can figure out all these wires. I've done it on multiple different vehicles, but this is just a little tricky, so I'm going to try to figure out all these wires, and then I'll get back with you guys whenever I figure that out. Alright guys, so I just got the new speaker put in the door here, and then wired in, and I'm going to go ahead and throw this panel back on. But what I did up here at the head unit, my old head unit was broken, and I wasn't sure what was up with it, and that's one of the main reasons I got a new one. Obviously this one's going to be a lot better, but what was up is the positive wire here, which that's supposed to go to your positive, and then this pink one right here is supposed to go to the yellow wire, and I don't know if the red one is actually getting power, so that may have actually been the cause of my other head unit not working. So what I did is I actually plugged the yellow and the red into this wire that went to this cigarette lighter down there, and then I put the ground with a little clamp there. I ground it to that wire that went to the ground on the cigarette lighter. And I've never used that cigarette lighter just because there's a penny stuck in there, and I just don't really plug in a phone there or anything, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, at least temporarily, just to see how it works. But you guys can see here, turn it on all the way, and it'll give power to the head unit there. And then online, I would go over everything, but just so you guys are sure about it, just go check online, and there are some diagrams for these wires. And how I'm doing it is I'm pulling the speaker out of the door, and then I just check those 2 wires and then come up here, and they're the same wires here. So I'm working with the brown there and then a green one there, and I just spliced into both of those and ran them to the speaker there. And then I'm going to do the same on that side. I'm going to pull that speaker and figure out what wires they are, and then I'll just splice them in there. Alright guys, it's getting dark, but I'm about to put speaker number 2 in, right there. And then I'll just show you guys the progress in the morning. Alright guys, it's the next day out here and I have everything hooked up. We'll go ahead and turn her on right there. Hook it up to Bluetooth. Go through my phone just so we don't get a copyright strike. I hooked those wires there because I'm about to install this sub in here and then this amp right here. And I may go with a bigger amp eventually. Right there, that one is a 480 watt, and then it's a 12-inch Pioneer sub. And this right here will be just with the 2 9x6 tweeters, and then I'm gonna hook that subwoofer up right after this.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? This is just for us now. Yeah, I can never ever find the right words. There's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl. So I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. I can only say that it feels right.
Alright guys, so that's what it's sounding like right now. I'm going to go ahead and run these wires here underneath the carpet, and all I did is when I was back behind here yesterday, I ran this wire right here. I think it's like the remote wire or something like that. It's to make the amp turn on whenever you turn the radio on, so that it's just not constantly on. And then these run to the back of the amp. Let's see here. They're in the back of the radio, and then they run to the back of the amp right there. Those two do. And then I'm going to run a positive wire going from the positive connection on the battery there, run it through the firewall, and then down through the carpet down in here, and then just back to this amp, and then ground the amp and wire those two wires right there into the amp, and we should have sound on that. So yep, I'm gonna go ahead and get to work on there. Alright guys, so for the ground, I just pulled this trim. It was back behind here. I pulled this trim off a little bit and cut a square out of the carpet, and then just rubbed it with a flathead screwdriver. And I'll just put, where is that? This ground wire here will go right there, and then I'll put this trim piece back on, and I have the ground wire sticking out right there. So I just thought I'd show you guys that so you're aware of where I put that in. As I ended up going and getting a 600 watt amp from Walmart. It was 60 bucks, and I'm gonna go ahead and bolt it onto the back of there and run those 2 speaker wires to it, and then I need to tuck all of these wires away, but I got them all ran over to there. I'm just gonna tuck them all in now. Okay, so I'm just pushing these wires underneath this trim part right here. I've just been pulling it up with a flathead screwdriver a little bit, and then you can push the wires down underneath like that, and then you can go back over it and kind of tap on it and just push it back down there so you can't even tell there's any wires underneath there. And I just ran them through this carpet here, and then I put all the carpet on there like that, and I should just be able to run them into here, back behind there, to the sub right there. Alright guys, I just got all the wires tucked away. You can't even see them. And then I have them going up right there. I was going to run the positive one under the carpet there, but it wasn't long enough. So I'll eventually come up with something for that. And then back behind there is where I have the amp setting. And I ran that positive lead up to the battery there. And then you can just like zip tie it into here. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and do a bass boosted song just to see how it sounds. Hopefully everything hooked up. Alright guys, it ended up working pretty good. Be sure to drop a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video or it helped you out, and subscribe if you want to see more to this channel. So, peace out guys, catch you guys next time.